We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
Ready. 70, Indy. Let's go. Get it.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. So now facing a 3rd and 16 following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And going deep for Hill. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. DK Metcalf, 79 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Looking to throw. Daniels. He'll try and run it. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And incredibly, now a hit and a loose football. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run. This is Hunt. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Ryan. And that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check 49, check 49.
Throwing on 1st down. Daniels. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Off-play action. Daniels. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Daniels looking deep downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Check 52. Greystone, travel. Smith.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Ryan. That's complete to Taywan Taylor.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. 8-6 the score after one. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5, and down to the 7-yard line. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 89 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. 2nd and 4. Flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Ryan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They're going deep for Hill. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. Hunt going to run for it. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Off the play fake, Daniels going deep here for Watkins. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Hey, Haywood. Ready?
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Second and 5. Being chased out left. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That one a first down pickup of 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
He's going to take off with it. And I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. It's a foot race. 20. And they will finally bring this one back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Ryan forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
36. Wide. Get wide. Switch.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Interesting, a chip shot field goal here would give them the lead, but instead, they're going on 4th down.
Mike 22.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 40, past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Brandon, we spent time with this team before the game, and there was never any indication that they did not like their kicker.
Well, it shows right now that they didn't like their kicker. Why didn't they just put it through the goalpost and take the lead?
That is going to be the question that has to be answered. I don't know about you, but I'm skipping my flight. I'm going to the post-game press conference to find out what they were thinking.
Instead of playing conservative, they go through the air, and what a stunning turn of events. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Let's go now.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Back to the air on second down. Daniels firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. To throw on third down. Daniels escaping the pressure right. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Off play action. Daniels sliding out of the pocket. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. Second and 6. Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between. And
he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more. From the gun, Daniels. And that is incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense. Right?
That's true. You've said that before. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Hey, Delta.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra.
Touchdown, Falcons. Robert Foster, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle. hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes, he just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he's going to take this all the way down to the 40-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Ryan to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because...
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
He'll buy some time right. He's got his man on the comebacker. That's Watkins. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. On third down, Daniels rolling to his right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
"34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
They run right side with Hunt. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for two.
Hey, wahoo! Mike 22 is coming, 22's coming, Mike. Ready?
Operating from the gun, Ryan. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football. Because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. To throw on third down, Daniels. And he's got his man on the out route. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Bravo.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. This is Hunt on the draw play. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Chris Jones on the stop.
Hey, 7.
Throwing on 2nd down. Ryan gets this one to Hill. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Ryan. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And no, it's incomplete. Bruce Arians takes a shot there, but his guys come up empty. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. On 1st and 10, Daniels going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Off the play fake. Daniels. They'll roll him out right. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Daniels. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Well, we'll see what his offense can do. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So with a big gainer anyways, they'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Call that a very strong gain of 24. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch it. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Kareem Hunt with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys are back within a single score. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Check. Crunch. 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 Watch the eye. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Off play action. Daniels sliding out of the pocket. On the run. He'll let this go. He's got a man. Complete. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Check 13. Check 13.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
Ready, ready. 8, read.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Falcons, it took a few weeks, but they're into the win column now at 1-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.